Greetings. I am Shaun McLaren, and today I'll be playing some Mono Green Devotion. My last videos actually for SCG was Mono Red, and now we're doing Mono Green, and I figure I might as well make it a series and do blue, black, and white in some order for my next three videos. Monocolor modern monocolor is what I'd like to entitle this segment. So we did red, we're doing green this week, and we'll do the other three in the future. So anyways, hi, I'm Shaun McLaren. You may know me from such films as winning Pro Tour Born of the Gods and coming second at Cons of Tarkir. Anyways, so Primeval Titan. How about that Primeval Titan? This deck is all about ramping to Primeval Titan. So we're going to do that with Arbor Elves, Birds of Paradise, and Utopia Sprawls as our number one drops. We're going to Forest, play Arbor Elf, then put a Utopia Sprawl on it, untap it with Arbor Elf, which gets us a whole extra mana because Utopia Sprawl is going to be utilized twice when we untap a forest that it's enchanted on. Then we're going to ramp into Burning Tree Zubair, Wistful Sulky Garruk, and you'll see we have a lot of green mana symbols and Nykthos as well. So our ideal starts are like turn 1 mana elf, turn 2 a couple Burning Tree Zubairs and also Nykthos, and then ramping into Garruk, untapping Nykthos, doing crazy things like that. So yeah, we have a lot of ramp, a lot of green mana symbols for Nykthos. And then we're casting, say, Primeval Titan, searching up Kessid Wolf Run, Stomping Grounds, maybe even Horizon Canopy if we think our Primeval Titan might be dying and we need some more gas. And then we can, if we don't have a Nykthos, obviously we want a Nykthos as well. We want it all. So then when we untap, we sink a bunch of mana into our Nykthos, sink it into Kessid Wolf Run on some creature and kill our opponent. We can also use that mana to Genesis Wave, which is a lot less likely, but also a lot more fun. Genesis Waving for like 10, 20, what have you, putting everything into play and going crazy. So Primal Command is also another sort of combo with Eternal Witness. We Primal Command, put a non-creature permanent of our opponents on top of the library, cast Eternal Witness, get back Primal Command, repeat. Depending on how many Eternal Witnesses are left in the deck, we can continue doing that for some time. And it's kind of a pseudo time walk. If our opponent isn't using Planeswalkers or attacking our face as we're doing that, we're just able to attack them and get value. Polukranos is another mana sink and just a fatty with some green mana symbols in its cost. Good card to search for with Primal Command in certain situations. So Garruk is going to be able to untap Nykthos and just go nuts with Nykthos, and it can also untap Utopia Sprawled Up Forests. So we have plenty of ways to add mana, but we also need things. We need to draw so ramp and Nykthos to really go crazy. So we're kind of dependent on our draws, but this deck is actually fairly consistent at generating a lot of mana, I find. Not so great at interacting with the opponent, though. If they are like Infect or Death Shadow trying to kill us real fast, we are not so great against that. As for the sideboard, we have Dismembers as our interaction removal of choice. going to be great against Infect, decent against Death Shadow aggro, and good against some other decks like Zoo or Bant Eldrazi, what have you. Relics for dealing with the graveyard, Dredge mainly. Then we have a whole bunch of artifact removal and some enchantment removal in the form of Ancient Grudges, Creeping Corrosions to really punish Affinity and Lantern, some Nature's Claim and Unravel the Aether, and Ancient Grudges. We have Courser just as a reasonable body to sort of fill out the deck if we need some life gain in a 2/4. Similar to Nylea's Disciple, we're interested in that life gain against certain decks. Scavenging Ooze going to be great against graveyard decks as well, and a potential tutor target for Primal Command. And finally, just a random defense grid against blue decks to potentially just get them if they're trying to counter our stuff. And that's pretty much the deck. It's a deck best seen in action. It should be seen rather than heard, so I will get to some matches right now.